Hello everyone, this is Defense Politics Asia, and now we're going to look at the headlines regarding Ukraine, or surrounding Ukraine, and this new series segment. I used to do this long time ago. I'm bringing it back to the main channel, because I'm moving all the war stuff, the war reporting to the DPA War channel, and we're gonna cover just a rundown of all the things we're gonna cover today. We have the mobilizing of troops, due to the Zapad exercise, and now we're going to go through, what is the assessment of Zapad. There is Ukrainians arrested in Georgia, on counter-terrorism charge. Then we're going to talk about the drone issue in Poland, and then we're going to talk about all the different visits. A lot of visits is coming to Ukraine. It's as if that there's some great parties in Kyiv that everybody is just coming. You have Prince Harry, we have the UK new foreign secretary, and then they talk about some of the new money is going to be injected into Ukraine, and then of course some crazy shit like building ammunition plant inside of Ukraine. We talk about the pilot death as well as Iryna Zarutska, small thing. So that's the rundown of the whole agenda for today, and I try to make this as chill as possible. Let's not make this so high stress for me. I'm trying to de-stress. So headlines. Poland mobilized 40,000 troops as Russia's drone thingy has happened, and actually mainly this is actually related to the Zapad 2025. So Donald Tusk, the Prime Minister, says that the drill is extremely aggressive, and this reminds them of the build-up, because the invasion of Ukraine was actually a major exercise. I'm not sure if it's Zapad as well. And then from exercise it turned operation, and then it entered into Ukraine. So which is why they need to be Poland need to be prepared for it, and they have deployed 40,000 troops to the border just in case. So so on top of that, there is multiple other actions as per reported here by Pravda. So this is Pravda, and so the exercise was supposed to continue all the way to the 16th of September in both Belarus and Russia, and Poland closed its border with Belarus, and then Latvia has also closed its border between Russia and Belarus in the same period. So so both of the countries, both Poland and Latvia, have restricted flights over their territories as well near the border. So I think these are all pretty sensible actions taken, because who knows, big military exercises is usually the excuses to turn into operation. So it's important. Like, even if I'm not wrong, even the invasion of Kuwait was something like this. So it's so exercise to operation thing is always a big risk. I think if you ever worked in Intel, you have known that military exercises are very, very looked at very carefully and monitored, because Intel the Intel people, the Intel community must track the neighboring country's military exercise in case it turns into operation. Yeah, so it's not I think it's a due diligence thing. I think it's perfectly fine to do something like this. So that's good. And also with deployment of troops, and closure of borders, it discourages any plans to turn exercise to operation. So that keep peace. Peace through deterrence is a real thing. So the Congress actually have a document which is to talk about the Zapad 2025. I have did a quick read of this thing. So they basically run down the whole thing pretty well. So this is the key event for the Russia and Belarus military happening from 12 to 16, which is today. They will start. And so it's an annual strategic command staff exercise for the Union troops. The size of and scope of the military exercise is reduced. So it's not as big as it was before 2022, the Ukraine war. And so let me see. This is the first strategic command staff exercise since 2021 to be held in the Moscow military district, which is around Ukraine, Belarus, Poland region. So this is the first one since the war have started to be held in this western region. So which is interesting that Zapad is also means west. So the exercise allegedly is going to focus on defensive scenarios, repelling strikes by aerial attack weapons and conducting defensive battle, fighting outlaw armed formations, which is interesting. That is like guerrilla troops, DRGs, and enemy subversion and reconnaissance group, which is DRGs. So this exercise looks really practical. It's not like those big scale PR thingy. It looks like this is a proper exercise dealing with the actual current situations that the Ukraine war has brought. Especially with DRGs, guerrillas, militias that's operating inside of their territory, be it by Ukraine or by rebel troops that is funded by Ukraine or armed by Ukraine. So that makes sense. And of course, repelling drones or airstrikes, missile strikes, that also makes quite a number of sense. So but the troop number doesn't look a lot. They say that in the effort to reduce tension in the region, the exercise is reduced to 7,000 to 8,000 personnel, and from western to central Belarus, and they actually asked signatories to go and observe the military exercise. So it's interesting that the military exercise, even despite that there was some huge hostility, they are still trying to reduce tension. But of course, Poland is using this opportunity to boost up awareness of the Ukraine war and the threat of Russia, and then they deployed like 40,000 troops to the border. So I think it's going to be a nothing burger by the look of it. So we move on to the next big news. Two Ukrainians were arrested in Georgia, and they were arrested for explosive. So there is a truck that was stopped in Georgia and transporting explosive. So the Georgia State Security Service arrested 2 Ukrainian soldiers after 2.4 kilograms of hexogen, military-grade explosive similar to TNT, was found in a truck that they have driven. Oh my god, that's not good. Okay, so they also seized 8 mobile phones, a computer device, and electronic storage devices, large sum of cash, and foreign mobile operator SIMs and cocaine. And cocaine. Why is cocaine a thing in this thing? So anyway, so the Georgian side, they are trying to figure out, is this a terrorist act within Georgia, or is this going to be using Georgia as a transit corridor to go to somewhere else? Of course, Russia. And so they're going to investigate tentatively. And also the interesting thing is that the timing about this timing is that the FSB, the Russian Federal Security Service, claimed that they have disrupted a Ukrainian plan to bomb the Crimean Bridge, and Moscow always say that Georgia is a transit route for explosive after the initial bombing of the bridge in October 2022, which also caused a demonetization of the video on some kind of a strike on the DPA channel. But when I reported on it, so anyway, this is one big news which I don't think is going to be widely reported, but it's by Kyiv Post, so it's interesting that we're gonna like, for me, I'm very agnostic about about the media outlets. To me, the news is more important, but of course we have to take things with a pinch of salt. Not everything is real or angled in a fair way. So now we talk about the drones. So I have done quite a bit on this on the Ukraine war conclusions, which the viewership was pretty low. Main thing because I did that while the big news was the assassination of Charlie Kirk. So yeah, and I also posted a lot of video that day. So I understand that less people is going to catch it, because the YouTube is not going to recommend it as much. So anyway, 17 Russian drone wreckage is found in Poland. However, some of the photos and alleged explosion of houses or whatnot was a bit dubious, at least from what I see on X. But yeah, so it is a controversial issue. I think the pro-Russian are saying that this did not even happen. and then some of the photos of the drones on the rooftop and whatnot looks really sus. So it's super weird. I also saw one photo where the drone actually have a packet of petrol or something, fuel that is at its nose, which is also a bit unusual. Allegedly, is to increase its range. So a lot of information war regarding this thing, super weird. And with reaction to this drone incursion, so Poland have restricted air traffic across the entire border from Belarus all the way to Lviv. And you can see this entire sector here is now no-fly zone, except for official stuff. So this is they restricted the air traffic for 3 months until December 9. So in case you cannot read, go bigger. And so there is a complete flight ban in the zone except for military aircraft from sunset to sunrise. Daylight hours, during daylight hours, the ban does not. So there's a complete ban except for military aircraft in the night. So in the daytime, manned aircraft can fly, and then the flights with special codes and aircraft for hospital, search and rescue, medevac, and all these things. Yep. So, and there's a round-the-clock ban on civilian UAVs in the zone as well. So the Polish are definitely reacting very strongly regarding this incursion of drone. I think the pro-Russians don't like it. They think that this is just making shit up. But I think from a position, if these drone incursions are real, which I think it is, they are just doing due diligence. The Polish government must be accountable to these people, so they have to do something like this. And also on top of that, on top of all this, closure of the airspace and whatnot, the Polish troop is now going to go to Ukraine to train for drone interception. So 15 out of 20 UAV drones crossed in the border was found. The debris was found. And then, so they didn't have much. They only say, no, so this is just a headline. So the Polish army is going to send people to train in Ukraine on how to intercept these drones. What the scale and the people who are going to go remains to be seen. And not sure if Russia will take this well or not, because it is NATO troops entering Ukraine. So let's see how this goes. Maybe army representative could be just a small team, 5 to 10 people trying to learn his ropes, and then they're going to bring the information back to Poland. That is also possible. So let's see. I don't think we're going to hear much about this anymore, because this is generally this is classified. Any information about such thing is considered top secret. So I don't think you're going to see much about it anymore. So the foreign minister of Poland doubled down on this. They say that the attack is deliberate, and they say that this is Putin mocking Donald Trump. So instead of the ceasefire, because of the Alaska summit, instead they have drones flying into Poland. So so this Poland is definitely doubling down on this this displeasure of the drones flying into Poland. And Trump okay, I this is problem with headlines about Trump, because Trump says a lot of things, and then they always pick the headline that is most juicy. That is just clickbait culture. It can't be helped. This is the internet world. So if you look at the quote, so Trump actually said that maybe the drone fly into Poland is a mistake. So the Bloomberg asked them or reported this. It could have been a mistake, but regardless, I'm not happy about anything having to do with that situation. Hopefully, it will come to an end. So he said that he will condemn Russia even for being near that line. He's not happy about it. So the thing is, instead of the headline saying that Trump is unhappy about the drones flying into Poland, of course they're going to have to put the most juicy one that maybe is a mistake. I mean, this is actually something, a very similar speech pattern that I have as well. I always say that all the possible other outcomes of certain controversial issues, but then I will share what is most likely to be the case. But of course, if I'm Donald Trump, I'm going to be quoted out of context as well. So yeah. But then this is of course what is going to be run with every media. This Ukrainska Pravda, and I think other medias also said something like this. If I'm not wrong, forgot which one I saw. But anyway, yeah. So that's the Trump statement about this. And then, like I mentioned just now, a lot of foreign delegations is going to Kyiv these 2-3 days. Super weird, and people just love to go to Ukraine. I think they have great food, great vodka or something, So Kellogg, the most important one is probably the U.S. envoy. So Keith Kellogg is back in Kyiv. And the discussion is interesting. So Zelensky has reported about this. They talk about cooperation, financing, production, and procurement of Patriot systems, co-production of drone and weapons, which they proposed to America. I'm not sure if this co-production of drones and weapons could be drones and weapons that United States may use. So maybe they have some kind of trade where they buy these drones from Ukraine to use as US weapons. I wonder if that is the case. So because Ukraine arguably along with Russia now have the most advanced drone technology, and I think maybe Turkey and China is very close behind in terms of operational combat proven systems. So United States have these own drone stuff, but it's very macro type of drones. So it's not very peer level type of drones, because I think whatever the Americans have in terms of their drone armaments, I think those drones is going to get wiped out very quickly in the actual hot war on a peer level. Just like all the Bayraktar that was operating on the Ukrainian side, they're all gone. So these expensive drones, I don't think is the way to go. If you are looking at a proper hot war usage, I think unless you are talking about short wars, those Armenian-Azerbaijan war type of war, or the Thai-Cambodia or the India-Pakistan type of war where it's very short, then expensive high-tech drones works. But if you're talking about a long war, then these kind of expensive drones are not going to work very well, as they were going to be attrited away very quickly and to very expensive and very slow to be replaced. So I'm not sure if that's the case. Co-production of drones and weapons, very interesting. And they also wanted the United States to step up pressure on Russia, and then talk about how they can do more tariff and sanction policies on the leader level. And I think this is something to do with the there's some rumors about Trump or United States trying to pressure the Europeans to also do secondary tariff on India and China up to 100%. So that is a rumor, but I'm not sure if that is real. It's rumored. And and Zelensky thanked about the Iryna Zarutska thingy, which I think maybe I can talk about this earlier first. So the Iryna Zarutska father, his funeral the father cannot attend, mainly because it's the same thing, because the father is denied permission to go to United States. They cannot leave Ukraine because he still looks very young. He looks combat ready. So no, yeah, so he's not allowed to fly, and yeah, so there's nothing much more to talk about. No, I think which is also funny or very interesting that the Ukraine actually offered to bring the body of Iryna Zarutska back to Ukraine for burial, and the mother actually snapped back at the Ukrainians, saying that the body will not go to Ukraine because she loved United States. So that's a very weird slap, and it does shows that a lot of these refugees really don't like their government. So yeah, and Prince Harry, somehow this is one of the big headlines. Prince Harry actually arrived in Kyiv for a surprise visit, and yeah, I think his job, he's coming here to talk about recovery of thousands of servicemen, rehabilitation and this kind of thing. Super not important. Like he's not important at all. Like he's yeah, why I'm not sure. He's not even royal family now. So anyway, and then talking about UK, since Prince Harry, the UK foreign secretary, the newly appointed one, is arriving in Kiev also today, and he's bringing along a aid package totaling 142 million pounds, or includes £100 million support for humanitarian assistance to help civilians in frontline communities. So repairing water and heating systems, support livelihood and jobs. Yeah, interesting. They are trying to support livelihood and jobs in Ukraine, but not in the UK. I heard UK have a lot of problems. 42 million pounds will repair electricity networks and gas. So I mean, yeah, this interesting. So if you are British, hope you don't get angry, because Ukraine is the front line. They are protecting you and your national interest. So anyway, and you see more. Foreign Minister from Poland, Sikorski, also arrived in Kiev. Everybody loves Kiev right now, So he visited, and yeah, that's it. Nothing much to talk about. And more money. The Sweden also planning to give more money to Ukraine. This time round is 141.1 million euros. So this is relating to military support, and then including more Archer systems. I think it's Archer artillery. I remember. I think it's something like artillery. So drones and ammunition. So yeah, artillery system. Yeah, correct. Archer artillery mounts. 18 of them with ammunition, long range UAVs. So and then there is coastal radar surveillance system, landing craft with grenade launchers, diving chambers, cranes. So landing craft, interesting. So there is some, that means there is some concern or needs regarding crossing rivers, or crossing the Dnieper River or something. So there's some preparation for that, I guess. So the also includes air defense, Trident air defense system. So yeah, so that's Sweden giving more money. And of course, the shocking news is Rheinmetall going to open ammunition plant in Ukraine. How are you going to survive the ammunition plant? How is it going to survive in the safe region of Ukraine? Where the hell is safe? Kinzhal and drones can hit anywhere in Ukraine. The only safe region of Ukraine is actually in Poland. It's just next door. So yeah, but whatever it is, they're gonna try, I guess. So a lot of not much is being said, I would say. So but yeah, so that they're discussing. I think this is still early stage. I don't think this is developed already. And one final news, Ukrainian pilot has died in combat on Sukhoi 27. So Major Alexander Borovic, but the causes and circumstances is still under investigation. So he was conducting combat mission on the Zaporizhia sector, probably around the Kayamsky sector by the sound of it. Either Kayamsky, or it will be at the Huaypole sector, bordering Koma front, because that area is super hot right now. So it could be that area as well, unknown. So anyway, so these are all the news surrounding Ukraine over the past 24 hours-ish. So let me know what you think in the comment. I'm planning to do this maybe almost every day. in replacement of the Frontline Changes report or the SITREP on the main channel. The Frontline Changes report and the SITREP will continue on the DPA War channel. So this is part of the new reform after the 100,000 subscribers achievement. The idea is that to push the main channel to cover more geopolitics, and to discover new possibilities where the channel can grow further, because purely on war reporting there is a limit, because the people who follow the war daily is a small market. So to continue the growth of the channel, to break out of the current slump, I think it's important, and let the DPA War channel do its job as a war channel. So anyway, thank you for watching. Press the like button, subscribe. Happy birthday to you if your birthday today. And the Frontline Changes report is already out on the DPA War channel. Check it out over here, and I'll see you guys in the next update.